We can start. Can I share my screen? All right. So here is my screen. You can see now the cover slide, right? Everything fine? Okay, great. So, welcome everybody. My name is Dimitrios Emiris. I am the director of the Master of Engineering Management program. We will call it MEM. We will use the acronym. And this program is a program which is hosted by the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department of the School of Engineering and Digital Sciences. And it is run in a partnership with the NU GSB, the Graduate School of Business. The agenda of this presentation is the following. I will make a small introduction. I will explain briefly the program aims. I will use the Q&A, let's say, technique to present some key questions that will help you understand what the MEM program is about. We will go quickly through the curriculum. That means the structure of the program and the courses offered. A couple of words about our team, some more Q&As, capstone project, strengths of the programs, and things you always wanted to know and maybe you're afraid to ask if time permits. Okay? So, a few words about myself. I come from Greece. I am an electrical engineer throughout my studies, graduated in 1987 from the National Technical University of Athens. And then subsequently, I obtained my Master of Science and PhD degrees from the University of Rochester in USA. And actually, my PhD thesis was on robotics. Okay. Now, the reason I put the word robotics there is because you deal actually with, I would say, a hardcore electrical engineer, highly technologically oriented, who through his career has moved into engineering management. Okay, so I'm not a person that comes from a business school or from other, let's say, disciplines, mining or education or whatever. I am an engineer who has moved to management. I'm a faculty member since 1993. My recent appointment, most recent appointment before joining NU was at the Department of Industrial Management and Technology, again in Greece. And since August, almost 3 years now, I am teaching, and I'm also the director of the MEM program at NU. Parallel to this activity, I am a certified project management professional, and I have been involved in the planning, monitoring, control, information management, and whatever you can imagine in projects over the last 20 years in the field. And here I clarify that these are engineering projects, mostly industrial maintenance and so forth. These are my contact details. You can find them easily, and I'll provide more contact details as we proceed. So, what is MEM? MEM is a so-called specialized degree program. It is run, as I mentioned earlier on, in partnership with the Graduate School of Business. The owner of the program is the School of Engineering and Digital Sciences. It has been established in 2014. It has produced already over 140 graduates or 150, and currently enrolls between 25 and 40 students per year on the average. The reason I put these two numbers is that in the last 2 years, we took a decision to become more, let's say, open due to the very large number of applications. So we managed to stay competitive and still satisfy, let's say, a good portion of the interest that is expressed. And MEM is, I cannot say the most, but because that would not sound modest, but at least we can say that it is a most successful, popular, and forward-looking program in the university. It attracts high interest, very good candidates, and throughout its course, the 2 years of study, it is pluralistic and demanding. What are the program aims? The program aims are evidently to help our students learn tools, methods, techniques, knowledge, skills in order to efficiently apply engineering management either locally or globally. And as you see here, the key word, of course, is engineering management, and I will explain in a while what engineering management is. Secondly, is to support the progression of engineers, but not only engineers, but let's say mostly engineers of all disciplines, to management roles, either in the private or the public sector. So you can consider the program as a step in a ladder of progression career-wise. It also helps and aims to develop leaders of technology-based organizations by providing state-of-the-art and applied engineering management through a series of very modern and competitive courses. And at the same time, to promote the importance of entrepreneurship, intrapreneurship, and core values of ethical enterprise. And we give emphasis to management skills and attitude. Now, one key question is, what is engineering management? Okay, so I will leave the answer in a while, but I will stop sharing the screen here. So let's have an open conversation. What do you think is engineering management? Management for engineers is an obvious answer. Okay, but who would like to share your views? Have you heard the term before? Is it the first time you hear the term? Darhan, please.
Okay, so I think it is like something like planning, executing, initiating, and closing the project.
You are very correct if we are talking only about project management. Actually, you are quite correct, although you focused on project management. What is your background? Civil?
I am mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineer. Okay. Mechanical engineers, they have a very crisp view of projects and project management. You're quite close. Other ideas?
Hello, may I say?
Please.
Hi, my name is Demir. I'm thinking that engineering management is very necessary in planning of work.
Yes.
And to make process good for employers and for getting better result.
Okay, you're talking about the aims of engineering management. I would agree with that. Yevgeny?
Good evening. I think it's not only project management, but also establishment of supply chains, for example, between companies or some process chains within the company. I think that engineering management is establishing, allocating resources in a way that the chains can work.
This is indeed true. Do we have other ideas? Okay, I'll show you some perspective on engineering management, but let me talk in some more, let's say.
I'd like to share.
Ayjan, who is it? Ayjan, would you like please to share? Yes. Ayjan? Oh, okay. So engineering management.
Yeah.
Okay, please. Please.
Hello again. Yeah, I would like to share that in my opinion, like engineering management is a great combination of. Engineering management, in my opinion, is a great combination of using, technical knowledge in the industry of business, and this combination gives can be. This, in my opinion, it is exactly what the engineering management is.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So I'll take you back like almost 25 years ago, maybe a bit more. At that time, I was a young faculty, and as I told you, my PhD was in robotics. I really loved robotics, and I still love robotics a lot. And I was carrying out some very technologically challenging projects. One of them involved the integration of robots in a production line. So in one of the meetings, there comes some other people. I didn't know the people then, all right? So they start saying, all right, and where do we get the raw material from? How much do they cost? What would be the cost of the product? How do we market it? Do we have enough stock in the warehouse? And things like that. How about quality processes? And things like this. And I said, wow, what are these? I mean, I have heard the terms, but I could not give the answers. All right. And that actually excited me and fascinated me, because it was like opening a window. Imagine somebody who is, let's say, focused on engineering, and then you open a window and you see a whole view of all other things. All right. So I have prepared transparency, and I think that gives an overview of engineering management. Okay. And of course, we can give a definition that it is the discipline that it focuses on the management of engineering, industrial, and technical organization systems. And here I invite you to pay attention to the management of organizations and systems. So we do not talk like in business management, like how it is to manage a bank or to manage people and so on. We're talking about technical systems. We talk about engineering aspects. So to share some perspective, look at this. This is a modern industrial company, okay? There are, of course, companies that they have, let's say, they provide services, all right? But this is another story. We also examine them in this program. But this is an overview of an industrial company. So practically, what do you have? You have customers knocking on the door, going to our points of sales, buying products and wanting them to be delivered to them. And these products, in order to be delivered to them, have to be as finished products in some warehouse. And in order to be there, they have to be produced through a production line. And in order to be produced in a production line, they have to use some raw materials that must be supplied by some vendors that they will get purchase order requests, and these ones will have them deliver on time, on quality, on quantity, and so on. And how do we assemble a product? We have to design it. We have, let's say, to use the bill of materials and design. And the question is, how many of these units do we produce? How many will we need to satisfy the demand? Then we have to apply forecasting techniques. We have to run the so-called MRP, material requirements planning algorithms. And then when we finally produce, stock, sell, and deliver, we have to receive the payments and pay also our suppliers. So the accounting and finance also comes into play. This is just a snap overview of what you can encounter in engineering management. You can encounter supply management issues, either for incoming goods and materials management or for sales and distribution. You can find production management. That means how do we set up our production line? How do we set up the machines? How do we select the technology? How do we schedule our production line? You can find things about warehouse management. How do we plan and stock our materials, at what amounts, and how much do we produce? You can see forecasting and design algorithms like over here. You can see the entire project management to set up processes, or you can set up business processes yourself. You can see management of people. You can see management of finance. You can see accounting and so on, and all sorts of other things. So engineering management has one very important virtue. And what is it? It is that it has this branch over here, the production branch, which is not common in non-industrial firms. So if you have, let's say, a firm that is just selling, okay, it may have this branch only, a front office. But the industrial enterprise has these aspects as well. Incoming goods, stock, transformation of goods through production processes, and forwarding the goods over there with all other things. So the nice things, my friends, about engineering management is that it provokes you, let's say, to think not only as engineers how to design and assemble a product, but more broadly, how do we set up a production line? What technologies shall we use? What about the competition? How are prices shaped? What about the market share? How qualitative should our product be? What are the challenges between price and quality, let's say? And so on and so on. Hundreds of questions, okay? So engineering management is what you will encounter if you work in engineering-related firms. Now, to move a bit further, there is always this discussion how engineering management differs from business management. And as I said earlier on, the key difference is that engineering management includes the back office operations, production, supply, manufacturing, reliability, and so on. And if you are asked, do companies need managers with engineering background? What is your opinion? What do you think about that? Do companies need managers with engineering background?
I think it's also very necessary because engineering background it's make possible to future manager to understand what is production lines, how it works, and maybe basic logical architecture.
It is true. It is true. And you know, engineers, they have learned to understand the technology and understand what it takes to produce. Now, let's be a bit cautious here. Engineers in general, they are good in quantitative methods. They may have a good grasp of programming and so on, and they possibly are good in analytical methods. The question also is here, is production management fit for non-engineers? What do you think? Do we have any non-engineer in our meeting? Please raise your hand. It's only engineers. Okay, anyway, for those who are non-engineers, let me say this, engineering management can be very fit for non-engineers as well. Careful here, not any type of non-engineers. People that are from business background, they make a good fit. People that come, let's say, from mining, yes, they are a good fit. People who come, let's say, from, I don't know, law schools, it will be a bit difficult for them, okay? So always quantitative knowledge helps. Engineering knowledge helps even more, okay? Throughout our years of operation, we have had people, and very good students indeed, who come from non-engineering backgrounds, okay? But let's not hide ourselves, the majority is for people with engineering background. So, if I were to give an answer to this, I would say this, they need engineering managers like water in Sahara, okay? Engineers that understand business concepts and have managerial skills are valuable. And if we want to oversimplify that, it is easier for an engineer to learn and practice management rather than a manager to learn engineering. Okay, so over here you see a very good fit. That's why I told you in the beginning that engineering management is an evolution step in your career ladder. What are the management skills an industrial manager should have? You can see the non-typical business management skills, but skills like production management, operations management, supply chain management, project management, risk management. These are things that you already mentioned in our discussion before. And to this, you can add the general management skills, and these are the HRM, communication, change management, strategy, knowledge management, and so forth. And most of these topics, the latter ones, you learn them, you are being taught in graduate school of business. What else is important? International perspective. We all understand that we operate in an international village. We have to adopt good strategies. We have to learn how to cooperate with people from different cultures and how to, let's say, benefit of virtual teams. For better or worse, the COVID situation has promoted and has taught to us how to operate in virtual teams, how to communicate, how to collaborate. These are things, however, that even before COVID, we were dealing with in engineering management program. And here comes your key question for you. And I would strongly advise you to check the next transparency, because over there you may encounter topics that can be of high interest to you. So how is our program structured? We have 4 semesters, fall, spring, fall, spring. In the first semester, you are taught 5 courses. Each course has 6 ECTS. Now, the ones that are here in amber color, they are the so-called engineering core courses. So these are common to all Master of Science degrees in the School of Engineering. We have 2 MEM core courses, and these are engineering management and engineering economy and project management. And we have 1 more course, which is elective, and this is the knowledge and innovation management. This semester is coordinated and offered by the School of Engineering and Digital Sciences. The second semester has 8 courses in total. The sequence of courses is not necessarily the one you see over here. It may differ slightly, but grossly it is what you see over here. So we have accounting, management of organizations, finance, marketing, business strategy, entrepreneurship, leading change or understanding consumer behavior, and business communication. 8 courses times 4 ECTS each makes 32 ECTS. One key difference between the first and the second semester is the following. In the first semester, these courses are semester long. That means 15 weeks. In this semester with GSB, you have the courses offered in blocks. That means 2 courses in the first block, 2 in the second block, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Every block is 4 weeks long, 3 weeks of classes and 1 week of exams. So over here, it's a different mode of teaching, more focused and more intense at the same time. So every course is like 9 hours per week, okay? In the third semester, you are coming back to the School of Engineering, and you have courses like Production and Service Operation Management, Engineering Decision Tools and Supply Chain Management, as well as electives such as Systems Engineering and Big Data and Information Management. And in the final semester, you have 2 courses. One is the Managing Product and Service Development, and 1 out of the 4. Now, for this year, we have included the first one also as an elective. So students could select 2 out of these 5 courses. And over here, you can see the infusion of modern topics, such as the Applied Industry 4. This is a course performed in cooperation with the University of Stavanger in Norway and the University of Mechanical or Engineering University of Azerbaijan. And this is a digital transformation concept with lots of invited international speakers. At the same time, and this is the challenge in this semester, you have to deal with your capstone project. I will talk about the capstone project later on in this presentation. Overall, the program is offering 120 ECTS, and that means that it is equivalent to all other MSc programs. So when you talk about MSc in mechanical engineering or Master of Engineering Management, which is the name of our program, it is exactly the same validity. It is a master's program, okay? Now, in order to support the program, we have core MEM faculty, faculty from other departments of the School of Engineering and Digital Sciences, faculty from the Graduate School of Business, administration and administrative support, and of course, our community of students. This is our mentality. We work as a team, we help each other, and we support each other. And in our program, we are very proud that our students receive good support from faculty, and they have good interaction between them and good cooperation. Another question, is the MEM curriculum fit for the industry of the future? So, based on what you have seen, what is your, let's say, approach to this question? Do you think it addresses the industry of the future? Suggestions are welcome as well, right? Damir.
Yes, I just want to say that I agree with this statement, because each evolution of industry is provided by qualified management, and from my experience, from my work experience, only good ideas will make industry better.
Sure. Thank you very much. Other opinions? Now, see, if you go to an industry, you'll have to deal with 3 things. The one thing, the one entity, I would say better, is people. So in this program, you learn how to manage and deal with people, how to communicate, how to lead, how to manage people. The second entity that you will see is products and production, or services and production. Over there, you'll have to deal with the so-called legacy engineering management topics. For instance, supply chain management or operations management or project management. These are not topics of last year. They have been there for about 40, 50, 60 years, depending on the methods and so on that existed, and are always at the forefront of the operation of an industrial company. And the third entity that you'll have to deal with is the future. And what do we mean by the future? We mean that every industrial company, if it does not change, if it does not evolve, sooner or later, it will vanish. So you'll have to deal with new technologies, new approaches, computerization, new concepts, fourth industrial revolution, international domain, globalization, and so on. So what we have done in our program, and please allow me to go just one slide back, is that we have created this mix of courses. I think we are here, yes. And over here you can see legacy courses, like the ones you see here in blue. Some others which are international and looking ahead, like this one, this one, this one, this one. And also the ones that deal with people and operations in the business environment. Okay, so we make an effort to always create a program, and we adapt the program every year, not only in terms of courses, but also on curriculum, on discrete topics, to always stay at the forefront of the industrial evolution. And in order to do that, we use a large number of engineering tools, like operational research tools, statistics, project management, information systems, business intelligence, and so on. And we use a really large number of them in all our courses to have our students stay up to date with the modern enterprise. Okay? Now, there is one question which says, does engineering management fit with my undergraduate studies? And this is something that actually you have to answer yourselves. There is one question that is, does it fit? If you have an engineering background or a computer science background, most likely it fits a lot. But your key question, and this is what I advise you to question yourselves if you intend to apply, before you apply, does engineering management fit my interest? Do I perceive myself a career path that capitalizes on my engineering knowledge and brings me to the engineering management level? Am I interested to have an overview of the industrial operation overall and look into the details of it? Or do I want, let's say, to deepen on, let's say, computer-aided design or 3D printing or I don't know, whatever else? So this is the question that you have to ask yourselves, okay? So overall, I can say that if you have an engineering, technological, or quantitative background in general, most likely you have come to contact with the technical aspects of your science. So at MEM, you integrate these aspects, and at the same time, you broaden your perspective. You see out of the box. I have been an engineer myself, and for the last 25 years, I deal with industrial projects, okay? I love robotics, but I deal with industrial projects in the oil and gas industry, okay? And why MEM is a more successful program? It is because it has a great curriculum. The knowledge is not theoretical, it is applied. We have cooperation with the industry. We respond to the needs of the industry and the academia, and we always stay innovative. This is very, very important. We do not teach you canned knowledge. We do not open a book and copy the book and show you transparencies. Faculty at MEM, they have industrial experience, they have professional experience outside of the university, and they bring to you experiences that are valuable. And this is one thing to consider. Now, there is also, as I showed you before, the capstone project. What is the capstone project? Maybe you are already familiar with that. The capstone project is performed during the 4th semester of studies, although we practically start working earlier on. We working groups, and we are trying to provide a solution to an industrial problem, pragmatic industrial problem. The student teams are between 3 and 4 people. There is close supervision with a professor or professors and industrial managers or liaisons in the industry. And the students are expected to deliver a rigorous applied research result. And here the key word is applied research result. We have seen that the capstone project has been throughout the years a passport to the job market or an opportunity for a career, I wouldn't say shift, but let's say fine tuning. And we have seen people and students from the past that they have used their capstone project to say, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I really love. Typically, capstone projects are presented in an open day, although the last couple of years, to tell you the truth, with the pandemic restrictions, this has not been feasible. We hope that we will do it this year. Now, the capstone project, I mean, we have cooperated with many companies. These are just a few of them. And at the same time, the program itself has alliances with international universities, institutes, and so on. Going back to our capstone projects and the research activities, I will not read everything, but over here you can see the capstone projects over the last 4 years. These are topics that students carried out in the last 4 years. In some of these topics, you can see the names of the companies. In some others, they are not there. But you can see all these topics and words that might be of interest to you, like business processes, smart city, industry 4 in logistics, quality, data analytics, neural networks, Lean Six Sigma, and so on. Okay, so you can see we have a very big set. Let me bring back this transparency and leave it here. All these are topics that our students deal with. They are very modern, very modern, and they produce very nice results. Okay, they are not, let's say, stale, old-fashioned research activities. Now, to conclude, some things that you always wanted to know, and this has to do with topics we cover at MEM. What is the role of big data and industrial analytics in digital challenges today? All right, here you can see a brief answer. And although this text was developed 2 years ago and it was a bit conservative, right now the reality has surpassed our most wild imagination. Everybody is going digital. They use analytics, data analytics method in order to mine and extract and understand their operations and to plan the future. A second question is why supply chain management is critical in today's industry. And of course, here one might say because the world is global now. The commerce is global. The goods are global. The competition is global. This is indeed true. If you work in an industrial company and you do not regulate your supply chain, you do not operate it properly, you will fail. You will fail either because you will not be able to support and serve the market, or because you will lose money. Supply chain is very important for all modern industrial companies, especially for Kazakhstan, with the prospects of the Silk Road and the really important geostrategic location of Kazakhstan, supply chain is of top importance and of top interest for the management of local companies. Another question, and this is also addressed in our curriculum, is how are large industrial projects managed? Over there, as a couple of you mentioned in the beginning, you need professional project management, but that also involves topics such as HRM, this is offered by GSB, communications offered by GSB, procurement covered in supply chain management, quality management offered in a separate course, risk management and asset management covered in courses such as the engineering tools and methods, and of course the project management course. So we also, if you are interested in project management in the broader sense, as it is defined by the Project Management Institute, this program, engineering management, is unique for this. And compared to other programs, either at our university or other universities, it is the most complete to cover also project management interests. As regards design and management of products, again, you can see some of the stages. Some of you know quite some of them. And in engineering management, in the MEM, we cover lots of them. Supply chain, production, operations management, project management, and so on. You will find them there. And finally, as regards agile production, again, you can see concepts that are needed and are covered in our program. I will not bother you with more information, will not bombard you with more information. If you need more information, you can visit this webpage. If this is not correct, we will provide you with the correct, but I think the link is correct. You can always write an email to me. I will be happy to answer and guide you in your decisions. Okay, so concluding the remark, engineering management is a distinguished program, different from the vertical MSc in mechanical engineering, electrical, chemical, and so on, which are vertical and they go deep into the science of mechanical, electrical, and so on. And it is broad, it is horizontal, it manages other disciplines. Okay? So that's all from me as regards up to this point, this presentation. And we have two more things to do. The one is quiz, and the other is Q&A, questions from your part. Should we start with a quiz?
I think we can finish with the quiz and then go to Q&A session.
Okay. Will you present a quiz now?
Yes. I will show the questions.
And also the rules of
yes, also the rules. Okay. Just a second. Okay. So hello everyone again. Let's start the quiz. Here are the rules of the quiz. So we will have 5 questions. Read all of them and write in the chat box all the 5 answers in one message. It will be easier for us to check it. Who will be the first and who will get the prizes. So we are giving you 3 t-shirts with the brand of our, with the logo of our school. Okay, so
wait to see all 5 answers, all 5 questions. You have to write one message with all 5 answers, not one and then the second, because the others will see your answer. Okay, so be careful.
Okay,
we can start.
We can start. We will give you like, I think 3 minutes will be okay.
Yeah.
After I will show all the questions.
Half a
So,
minute per question is fine.
yes, okay. So here are the first two questions. So the first one, management in an industrial company includes the following areas. So A, supply chain, B, production, C, finance, or D, all of above. And the second question is about the capstone project. What is true? A, they're performed individually at the second year. B, they're performed by student groups during the fourth semester. C, they are performed by student groups during the second year of studies. And D, they are performed individually during the fourth semester.
Let's leave this for another 30 seconds and let's move to the next one.
Okay. The third question.
D, don't provide your answers. Wait for all 5.
You gave already a hint for
You have
others.
to give 5.
Okay.
Right?
Third,
Excuse me, can you show
the previous slide.
the previous one, please?
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you.
My friend D, I don't know if it is a he or a she, but please don't give your answers because now the others see your answers. You have to wait and give all 5 in one message.
okay, let's move to the third and fourth question, other questions. The third one, the MEM program is offered by, so who developed this program? The Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at SEDS, the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering at SEDS, C, it's the Graduate School of Business, and D, the School of Science and Humanities. Sciences and Humanities.
That means who is the owner of the program, okay?
Yes.
The owner.
Yes. And the fourth question is the open question. So what is the key difference between business management and engineering management? And the last question, name 3 reasons, at least 3, why MEM is the most successful program through the years. So the reasons are really more than 3, but
yeah. So answer in questions 4 and 5, you have to write some text, brief text. In question 5, something simple, like 3 words, 4 words, or whatever. Okay. In question number 4, write a small text, not the story of your life. Okay, just a small text, 1 sentence. And do not upload anything until we give the green light. All right.
okay, the first answer is ready.
All right. Okay, let's start uploading, please.
However, the 3 first answers, the 3 participants will receive the prizes. So.
DBA, TCA. Okay. Considers production. Applied knowledge. Cooperation with industry. Yes. Okay. Who else? Apply cooperation at the universities. DBA. Okay. And another 30 seconds. Anybody who wants to upload, please upload.
Let's add your answers for the 4th and 5th question. If you need to return to the first slide, please let me know. Okay, Damir. And the 4th question, Adilet, could you please write it in one message so it will be easy to check? Okay, Ziar. D. So the participant with the name D, you need to answer the fourth question, I believe. Ah, yeah, it is. Sorry.
Okay, Leonardo, how do we announce the results? I look over them and I tell you which are correct or what? Who has 5, let's say, correct or what?
Let's choose the 3 best variants.
Okay, so we can stop here now. And
participants number totally is not really high. You
okay.
participants try to participate and get your prize.
Okay.
Any answer? No answers. So let's move to the answers. What do you think?
Yes, sure.
Okay, I will show here the answers. We will need your help with the fourth and fifth question. Who was closer? So here are the answers. The first one is all of the above. The second one is B, by student groups during the first semester. The third one, the department was actually owned by the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering of our school. And the fourth one, here you can see the answer. And the fifth one, so we have at least 5 main reasons, but if you mention several of them, it's okay.
Okay, so we will decide on who is. Can I announce who are the top ones? We have 3 t-shirts or we have 4?
3.
3.
Okay. I can check the test question.
And we cannot split one.
Yes.
Okay.
Who was the first?
From what I see, the one who has the most correct replies is Darhan. Darhan has a t-shirt. Darhan or again.
Okay.
Then from what I see, the second one is Beck Batilbeck. Beck Batilbeck. And then for the others, there is like a tie over there. So I will take the one out of the 3 that answered faster. I'll take Damir. Okay? Because Damir, Diyar and Adlet, they have the same score more or less, but the one who answered first was Damir. So who is Damir? Damir.
But Damir has the wrong answer on the third one.
Sorry, let me see.
Yes, he's answering that the third is B. But the fourth and
sorry, Diyar, not Damir. Sorry, Diyar.
Yeah.
Diyar, yes.
Yeah.
Diyar, not Damir. Sorry, my mistake. Apologies.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So now we are ready to go. Don't worry if you have not managed to get a t-shirt. If you join MEM, you'll get many t-shirts. All right. So we will be happy to answer questions you may have. So
go ahead, guys. You can turn on your mic or write it in the chat box.
I have a question.
Please, Darhan.
Yes, please.
Okay, so how many students apply each year for this program?
Between 150 and 180. That was according to last year's statistics. Okay, now I'm not sure what will happen this year, but I can tell you that the average of the last 3 years is around 155, 160. This is the average. Other questions?
Here I received the question regarding the recording. I was typing, so let me tell about the recording. We will upload all the recordings from all the meetings, all the sessions to our YouTube channel. And all the participants who shared their emails, registered, will receive this email with the link. So you'll receive a link to follow and to find all the presentations. Any other questions?
Can I ask one more question?
Please.
Sure, sure.
Please.
How do you think, will it be in online mode or offline mode the next year?
Next year, we all hope that it will be fully offline, live,
Okay,
in person. In person. I also say that because we all hope that there will be no new variant, because also the Greek alphabet is running out of letters, you know, so we hope that there will be not something like this and everything will be offline. Now, for you, if some of you has been at NU, you are studying in some engineering department already, you may already have friends from who are, you know, a year older than you, who have joined our program, so you can get the feedback from them. We typically have a very good population of people from different backgrounds: electrical, mechanical, chemical, civil, computer science, and other. I'm just giving the very principal, let's say, categories, because, for example, telecom can be in engineering. Okay, so we have people from many different backgrounds, and this is very healthy because that promotes the interaction and the exchange of ideas, and we have seen that this has been very constructive in our work. Okay, so you have a good program in front of you. Any other questions?
You can ask the questions regarding the admission process also. Maybe you have some question about the Alex test or something like this. Usually we receive a lot of questions regarding this test.
Okay. I have a question about
Please.
education. If I will start from preparation year or program master of engineering management, will I study of some of subjects or close subject of this program?
If you start from the NUSIP, you mean the foundation year, the 0-year program, as we call it?
Yes, foundation.
Okay. In this is the case only if you have scores that are below the requirements in, let's say, English or math. Now, in the 0-year program, we call it NUSIP for graduate, 0-year program. Therefore, you take courses in English, math, and so on. You don't take any of the topics of MEM. But if you are accepted in NUSIP, the next year you join MEM without submitting again an application. All right, so it's like you are accepted, but you have to take the 0-year before joining MEM. If you complete the 0-year successfully, then you join MEM without need to further apply. You don't give a second application. All right.
All right. What about exams like IELTS exam?
The requirements for admission, they are in our website. Okay, and over there you can also see what are the scores that you need to achieve. Okay, So the admissions office will be happy to help you with that if you don't find the information that is in our website. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Because
Emiris,
sorry for that, I do not remember by heart all the numbers, right?
It's 6.5 and
Okay.
that's not less than 6 in every score. So, or Damir, do you mean would you pass the IELTS after the new zip? For new zip, the IELTS is lower, so it's easier to apply for.
Yes, I passed my IELTS exam in December, and the score was 6.0, but I think it will be acceptable for zero year.
Yes, it's 6. Yes, it's 6. Yes, it is. It's overall 5.5, not more than one of the subscores should be 5.
Yes, and my question was,
so the
should
new zip
I?
after the graduation. So the new zip is made to strengthen your English knowledge. After it, you will have better your English. You will be prepared to have your classes in English. So don't worry about it.
You don't have to take the exam again. Yeah, it's exactly the question. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, there is a question by Rajan regarding the ALEX test. What is the minimum point to be applied? There is no minimum point. However, I can tell you, sorry, the minimum point is 60. Sorry, minimum point is 60. The reason maybe that this number is not in our requirements is because from year to year, we may lower or increase the threshold a bit. So it is something between 60 and 62. It is not 60 or 70 or 50. It is in the range of 60, 61, 62. Now, my very strong recommendation is this. The ALEX test is mathematics for business. So if you have engineering background, should not be difficult for you. The ALEX test has a considerable weight in the evaluation of your application. So if I were in your position and was interested to apply to MEM, I would prepare myself, nothing extreme, but to get a score which is around 80, 85. That would give you a good boost in this particular criteria. Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
Please.
Is this score out of 100 or what?
Yes. The ALEX test, yes.
And the second question is about how you're gonna conduct the test, online or offline? Is it online?
The ALEX test.
Yes, ALEX test.
Last year we conducted it online. For this year, please also address the question to the admissions office. Most likely it will be online.
Okay, thank you.
So for the ALEX test, we received the question. I received the question from Rajan. She is asking how we have to pass ALEX, in what platform it was written by new applicants, the first try free, how and where we can show that we are new applicants.
Again, contact the admissions office. They will guide you about that. When you fill in your application information, you have to provide a part of your first name, last name, and so on. You have to provide also your university affiliation, all right? So where you come from. So automatically, it is shown that you are an NU student, okay?
Yes, you will upload your diploma or transcript if you're a final year student, so yeah, you will understand. Also, at the ALEX test, at the website of ALEX test, you can pass the trial. I think it's a good opportunity to check.
Do you have other questions?
Yes.
Please,
yes,
Mohammed.
Can you repeat again where we can see the recordings of this meeting?
So you will receive the email where you will find the link. So we have a special YouTube channel and we'll upload it. It's not uploaded yet, so everything will be, I think, on Monday. On Monday you will find it. But don't worry, you will receive an email if you are registered, and you can watch it again. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Statement of purpose. So you can, I think I can send you the link with all the requirements. It will be useful. So you can find here that the statement of purpose should be on, give me a second, we should also choose our School of Engineering and Digital Sciences, and then we'll find the
one page. The statement
One
of purpose
page.
is one page. Can I also give another advice for the statement of purpose?
oh, it's important.
Statement of purpose. I'm just sharing this experience because I have done that myself some 35 years ago when I was applying for my graduate studies. Okay, so I started writing my statement of purpose, and I started writing. Ever since I was a child, I remember playing with my, I don't know, Lego Meccano or whatever, and I always wanted to be an engineer, blah, 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 you know. So I started filling out pages. And then I give it to a friend who had graduated from an American school. And he asked me, Dimitrios, do you seriously believe that somebody is going to read it? Who cares if you're playing with cars or bricks or screwdrivers or whatever? So I reshaped everything. The idea in the statement of purpose is, please state your purpose. Why do you want to join MEM? I want to join MEM because I like engineering and I want to bring it to the next level. Or I'm fascinated by the idea of getting involved in the management, or because I want to be able to shape the future, something like that. But be frank, actually, it's something we read, but it is what you feel. It's what you think. So that will help you crystallize and understand why you want to do whatever you want to do. It can be MEM, it can be MSc in chemical engineering or whatever, but why? This is something you have first to justify it yourselves. So if you do this, statement of purpose will be very easy. Okay.
Okay.
I think we are done. Anything else?
Any other questions, last minute questions? And also from the previous sessions of the virtual open house day, we also heard a good idea that the statement of purpose will show your real knowledge of English, so how good you are. So work on it very carefully, write it, and tell why the committee should choose you. I think it's important to show the background if it's relevant. So
we might organize in the future. We have done that in the past, I think, Lunaro, or it has already been done. You know, how to write a good application. Maybe, you know, I'm just throwing this idea.
Yes, yes, I think it was the live stream on YouTube page. So it's really important to write a good statement.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
How can we successfully pass the interview part of the application?
Sorry, what?
How can we successfully pass the interview part of
the interview? The interview is see, in the interview, you have to convince the committee. I'll be in the committee anyway, so I'll be glad to have a discussion with you at that time. Again, we ask mostly, why do you want to pursue MEM, engineering management? It is, as an advice, I would tell you to be able to answer questions like, what is engineering management for you, what engineering management is about, things like that, to make us understand that you understand what you want to study. Okay, we have in the past, we had candidates that they came to the interviews. We asked them, what is engineering management in your opinion? And they answered something which was totally irrelevant. Okay, that is not advisable, because it shows that you have done no preparation, and that you are like sort of, let's say, like a sniper in your career goals. And this is not good. You have to show that you can communicate, you can convince the others that you are fit for the program, and so on. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So thank
we
you
are
all for
out
being
of,
here.
we're out
Have
of
other
time.
questions?
Thank you,
Yes.
dear
It
professor.
will be a
Thank you very
pleasure to
much.
see you.
Yes.
And we'll be at your disposal to answer questions you may have, and so on. In any case, no matter what you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck with your career goals, and best wishes for success in your future career, life, and whatever. Okay. Nice to see you all. Okay.
Okay, so goodbye. Have a nice evening. Hope to see you
Bye-bye.
all on the MEM program next year, next academic year. So bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Bye-bye. Bye.